Assume the best and you'll attract the best. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. It's your girl Wonder Woman, and today I want to talk about the whole competitive comparison nature between women. So I gotta say, I love seeing all the support and love and appreciation going around for women during Women's History Month, but it just kind of fell off after that, and I would love to see more of that. Women need to be celebrated all year round, and we can do that by starting with our appreciation for women in our daily lives. So I kind of want to challenge you guys to do something simple that can empower women daily, and that's to really reflect on how you react to other women, whether that's your friendships, whether that's your family members, strangers, Instagram, whoever. As women, we're taught to be competitive and comparative with each other all of our lives. So it's not really our fault because it's really ingrained in us. This could have started with your parents if you have a negative relationship with your mother. Maybe if you had parents who compared you to other kids all the time. And then we have school where we're constantly being ranked, not just in our grades, but in the social pool. And you're placed in some sort of category and being judged by that category throughout your life. And then of course we have the media. And now with social media at our fingertips, it's just so easy. We're practically being brainwashed because anything that you see, anything that is repeated enough, it will get ingrained in you, in your subconscious. It is going to get internalized in you one way or another. And lastly, whether conscious or not, is for the approval of men. What a great way to keep us back, right? Here we are fighting for women's this, women's that, but low-key, the majority don't want other women to succeed and come up because of that comparison bug. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like when I'm online, and maybe it's because of the accounts that I specifically seek out or that I'm constantly on, but I feel like I always see women who do support other women, who want to support other women, but the reality, in reality, not just mine, but just, you know, based off other people's personal experiences as well, in reality, that's not the case. So I want to challenge everyone really, but especially my women, to observe how you're acting and reacting to other women, and flip the script in your mind every time it's a negative one.
Every time. Anytime.
So for example, let's say it's pouring rain and you see a woman walking in her heel and her dress. Are you thinking,
why is she wearing that in this weather? Or just anything negative?
If it is, flip the script. Flip that script and give her a compliment. And it doesn't have to be directly, but that would be nice as well. And just give her props for dressing up, for putting in that extra effort in this shitty weather, for making herself feel good. I train my way of thinking. Anytime I think something negative, I say at least one thing positive. Try for like 2 or 3, but at least one thing positive, and that'll shift your way of thinking, and slowly you won't have those negative thoughts anymore. Because what's the point? What is the point of being like,
oh, her hair is so ugly, it's so pretty?
And this is of course linked directly to self-love, being secure with ourselves, because confident women know no matter how much negativity you have towards someone else, it's not going to change shit. But I can't stress enough, no matter how much you think you know consciously, and you think you're running the show, but really your subconscious is backstage with puppet strings controlling your ass. Believe it. And we don't even notice that it's in us sometimes, because one, it's easy to idolize and praise people who are in the media, or who, you know, they just don't really seem real sometimes. Like, it's just not a part of our daily lives. And 2, we become friends with like-minded people for the time we had met them. So it's easy to be supportive towards people who are on the same page of you, because you're kind of cheering each other on, and they're just, you know, you're on the same page, you're on the same playing field. The test seems to be when one person starts progressing in different ways. And ideally, when one person progresses, the other person is motivated or inspired. The person who's progressing wants their friends to be on the same high, to be on the same level as them. So they're working with them to provide the tools that they've learned to help them achieve that, to help them get there, to be there with them. That's how it should be ideally. But unfortunately, it's not like that, because one, if it's competition, then they're not going to want to ask for help. They're not going to want help. And 2, if it's jealousy, it's going to cause this weird drift. We all know how that goes. But in both cases, it's our personal issues, it's our personal fears that cause us to have this barrier between our friends when there doesn't need to be. And it's easy to ignore these types of reactions we have to other people because it's not always obvious in ourselves. It can just be a subtle discomfort within ourselves, you know, and that comes from the fear of not being where we want to be, not being able to get to where we want to be. Are we ever going to achieve it at all? Are we ever going to get there? You know, it's all that fear, but we don't really notice it. All that fear combined with the competitive comparison nature that we're fed, it makes sense. And I would say the easiest comparison to get tangled up with is when it comes to men. Of course. And I've seen men do this too, but it's definitely
So
much more prominent in women. It's so natural for us to automatically compare ourselves to the past or next girl. And it's just a toxic habit that we need to drop. And if you're a side chick and you're preaching girl power, just no. And I hate that we live in this day and age where it's like,
I don't owe you anything. I don't.
okay, but karma does. And karma's gonna owe you real bad. So, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, how are you gonna be out here preaching girl power and talking about girl unity, but you don't care about how your actions are directly affecting another woman in a negative way? And on top of that, you're not winning no prize. My point is, if you've been betrayed by another woman, just know that that is just a lack of self-love. I think we've all gotten caught up with comparing ourselves to other women, and we especially see this in the media. Anytime a female does something that's in the same category or lane, it's automatically being compared. Who's better? Who's the best? Whose team are you on? It automatically becomes a divide instead of a unity. Instead of like a healthy competition, it's this competition. And one last thing I have to address is the resting bitch face. Because I feel like a lot of women think they have resting bitch face, but when they see someone else having resting bitch face, their immediate reaction is, she's staring me down. Maybe she is giving you dirty looks, but don't assume the worst. That's my point. Assume the best. Assume the best and you'll attract the best. So again, you guys, I challenge you to reflect on your interaction and your reaction to women and to just be more open when it comes to your interactions. Smiling when you make eye contact or even giving a compliment. Support women on the daily simply by knowing yourself and supporting other women. Stop making comparisons and being so negative. And don't forget to replace any negative thoughts you have with positive ones. That way you are attracting positive friendships into your life. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful and informative to you in some way. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on post notifications if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you next time. Stay flying free. I think I tied this in too tight and now I'm going to have a star imprint for work.